With today's idioms and their origins, we are looking at the Latin phrase ad hoc. Now, ad hoc means to have a very narrow or specific purpose, but sometimes it can also mean to be just spontaneous and unplanned. Those seem like two opposites, but that's because we have a changing of the time and a changing of the guard with this specific purpose. Let's take a look at where it originally comes from. It originally is Latin, but it also comes from 1600s England, where it began use in English legal and judicial writings to point out narrowed reasons, or specifically to use a law for a very narrow specific case or narrow specific purpose. Now we move over to 1800s America, where we start forming ad hoc committees in the court systems to investigate specific matters, such as, for example, in 1839, we have a Louisiana law that gives specific caretaking abilities to a minor. Again, very law, very specific, very narrowed stuff. But later on in that century, in 1894, we see ad hoc becoming spontaneous with the word ad hoc hypothesis. Now, this was made to allow scientists to theorize wild claims like perhaps if a little green alien was following you around and people said, well, where is it? And you said, oh, only I can see it. Now, this seems to be quite spontaneous and quite wild and frivolous claims that scientists probably wouldn't usually use. However, not all wild claims were wild. We have an 1894 article on color perception that theorized as an ad hoc hypothesis that color was perceived through light wave vibrations, an ad hoc hypothesis that was later proved to be true.